A lot of people to thank tonight, but I want to especially thank our friends over here, the Boston University Tanglewood Institute Young Artist Chorus. Scott Jarrett, director. And then I can only say to you all, I wish we had even more of this. It was such fun. Thank you for doing it. Great work. Some also people to introduce you to tonight. The lady that sang that song in the piece in, I think, passable Chinese. Please welcome Kate Capshow. Maybe you'll want to welcome the other half of the Spielberg family, Steven Spielberg.
After I met Kate, that song is much more applicable today. Anything goes. So she changed my life in the most wonderful way. Well, if adventure has a name, it must be Indiana Jones. He has been our passport to adventure and traveling the world over, and all we had to do was buy a ticket, sit back and watch our hero fight the villains and kiss our heroines, vanquish our enemies in the best tradition of Hollywood make-believe. But what makes Indy not just another handsome face is the unique chemical elixir of George Lucas's own making, which was to combine archaeology with academia and action with adventure. And all this embodied by a tenacious character who is blinded by everything but his quest. And when Harrison Ford was chosen to play Indiana Jones, all of our jobs got a lot easier. His got a lot harder. Because Indy is not a superhero. In every one of our movies, he gets placed on the injured list well into the first act. You know, he can take a punch, but it hurts the next morning. He can fall off a speeding truck, but he winces in pain as he struggles back on. He's more like all of us than most Hollywood heroes, and that, I think, has been what has connected audiences to the man in the leather jacket and fedora hat. When George Lucas first sat down with myself and writer Lawrence Kasdan to create Raiders of the Lost Ark, we had already outlined the story, and as well as the MacGuffin, which is the religious artifact that Indy was assigned to retrieve, the Lost Ark of the Covenant. But the rest, as Indy himself says in the first movie, when asked, "What are you going to do now?" he answers, "I don't know. I'm making this up as I go." And this is exactly how the three of us put together the first movie. We came up with the most unlikely, even absurd cliffhangers, and then we challenged Indiana Jones to go out and save his own life. The entire first sequence of Raiders of the Lost Ark, intended to come across like the climax of the Indy movie you didn't get to see, is the result of every crazy idea we ever wanted to see in an adventure movie, crammed into 12 minutes and 45 seconds of screen time. So now, in less than half that time, here is John Williams and the Boston Pops Orchestra to show you the value of film music and putting you in the right mood for adventure.